Today's episode of Your Syndrome, we're talking about October release dates. Let's get spooky. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. October is the best month of the year without question. I hope you've been stockpiling and curating your list of movies, shows, games, and books that you're gonna get into during October. I like to crack that seal harshly October 1st through Halloween. Some of you have already started, that's cool too. Let's dive into the games coming out this month. First up on the 4th, the legend himself, not involved in this game whatsoever, Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. This is based on Hitchcock's works, namely Vertigo. Apparently there's some other inspiration in this game as well. It's an adventure game from the studio that made Black Sand, that cat game, which was in the middle of the road reviews on that one. But I just want to give a shout out to Hitchcock, especially in the month of October, and Vertigo is one of the greats.
He claims it's his fault that his daughter and her mother are
There aren't any birth records connecting you to a daughter.
driving when their car went off a cliff.
Next up on the 5th, there was a beta a few months back, but Deathverse Let It Die. Battle Royale in the Let It Die universe. Isla and I were obsessed for a hot minute when that original came out, and then we hit the pay-to-win wall. You know, the harsh difficulty spike when you needed to buy more ticket, whatever it was. You know, it was a while ago, but Let It Die was awesome when it came out. So I'm hoping Deathverse picks up where Let It Die left off, because I'm ready to get addicted. I want to play something with Isla.
I made it! Now I can be a star!
Then coming out on the 11th, it had originally been released on Nintendo Switch, but that's No More Heroes 3 coming to other consoles. Now it'll be on pretty much everything, so if you missed Travis Touchdown's return, here's another chance to give it a go. Nickelodeon Kart Racer 3 Slime Speedway. Always down to try a kart racer, especially one that lets you play as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cowabunga! It's the Turtles' year, we're just living in it.
To be the best, it'll take more than just the car you drive.
Then on the 14th, business begins to pick up. Dragon Ball The Breakers. I had a chance to very briefly play this beta. Played it on Twitch. I don't even know if we archived the video, because by the time I was done with the tutorial, the beta period had ended. I got to it late, but I like the vibe, this Dead by Daylight vibe of legendary, and I don't use that word lightly like I usually do, legendary villains hunting you down. Frieza and Cell? And Boo too, but Frieza and Cell hunting you down and getting to play as them. Dragon Ball. Sign me up, we'll stream it. Get ready. Then October 18th, one of my most anticipated games of the year, A Plague Tale Requiem. Plague Tale Innocence, absolutely incredible game. You can check out our review from back in the day. If you have not played it, you're running out of time. They patched it for next gen, was the last thing I saw. I should go back and get a little fresh replay with all the enhancements that they added. But this sequel is primed and poised and ready to just build off of that formula and that world and those characters. I think this sequel is just ready to blow the original out of the water. I'm so excited. All eyes on A Plague Tale. Let's go.
You kill! Be ready to be killed! No! No!
And next on the list, a movie we quote infinitely, Ghostbusters, Spirits Unleashed. This is coming out of Ilphonic, the makers of the Swimmin' in Sevens Friday the 13th game. It had so many problems. Friday the 13th, the game had so many technical problems, but Wow, did I love that game, and did it capture the spirit of murdering people as Jason Voorhees. That's all you want. But then they did Predator Hunting Grounds as well, which I didn't play enough of, but it was okay. But now they're back with Ghostbusters. We got some kind of funny voices in there. Check that out. Elise Willems herself is in this game. Big time shout out. It is a 4v1 Dead by Daylight style game, just like Dragon Ball The Breakers. I guess that's all the rave now. But set in the Ghostbusters universe. The last time I played a Ghostbusters game, it was really good. It was that like Xbox 360, it was just Ghostbusters the video game, but they treated it as the sequel to Ghostbusters 2 the movie. It was an awesome game. Check it out. Ghostbusters, never enough.
I'd like to see you try to take on my team.
Then on the 20th, another heavy hitter, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I love tactical RPGs, I love Super Mario, I love Bowser, but I did still scrub out on the first Mario and Rabbids. I got like 10 or so hours in, but then just got sidetracked with other stuff, you know how it is. This looks so awesome. Just the video they showed at the Nintendo Direct, that boss fight got me so hyped. All the combo moves going on with Bowser and Mario. The textbook, quintessential Uneasy Alliance. So I'm very excited for this one. It definitely looks like an improvement over the first game, and you know, like most things Nintendo. Looking at you, Damiani, what's the word? And the 21st, strap in, buckle up, settle in. October's getting out of control. First up, Scorn. Somber Tapestries finally going down. You can check out the preview of Scorn that Daniel Bloodworth and Isla Hink just shot. They played a little demo and discussed their feelings on the game. Scorn, cannot wait. They were such big supporters of Easy Allies as we were getting going. Full disclosure there. And I'm just excited to peel back the curtain on this game. It is 100% my vibe. It's got that H.R. Giger, alien, freaking freaks everywhere. Just freaking freaks is this game. Just everything looks ultra disturbing. Perfect October game.
A grisly nightmare of macabre perception. Greetings. I'm your host, Doug Bradley.
Then a quick shout out, Persona 5 Royal. I still never played Royal. You know, I had played the original. It was 100-something hours, so I needed a break to go back, and then Royal was full price. This thing's probably gonna be full price too. You know, you gotta pay that Atlas tax. They show no mercy. But Persona 5 Royal coming to current gen consoles now, so it'll look extra crisp. Then October 21st, you don't hear me talk about this series that often because I'm not super into it. New Tales from the Borderlands. I'm not a huge Borderlands fan, but I loved Tales from the Borderlands. So I am definitely hopping into this. When we saw this trailer at one of those multiple direct showcases, wherever it showed up, I was immediately endeared to these characters in this world. I felt the stakes, I felt the bonds, really liked the original game, and will definitely be diving into this one.
Sometimes, all it takes to change the galaxy is a trio of losers trying to get through a bad day.
And that same day, October 21st is stacked. This is probably the biggest release of that day. Maybe, you know, one of the biggest of the month, one of the biggest of the year, maybe? Gotham Knights! I am so concerned with Gotham Knights. I am concerned. You know I love Batman. You know I love the Arkham games. You know I love Arkham Origins. And this is that crew, WB Montreal. This is not in the Arkham continuity. They keep saying that. They really want to reiterate that this is in its own continuity. So Suicide Squad is picking up after Arkham Knight, and that'll come out next year. But Gotham Knights is in its own universe. You know, we know a lot about this game. We know that Batman is dead, and we're going to be playing as Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Red Hood. But the main campaign also is just 2-player co-op. I believe they have been hinting at 4-player modes in the game. Maybe some like raids or arenas or something. But the campaign is 2 players. Just a lot of the stuff I've seen, a lot of the loot and the gear and the combat just hasn't done it for me yet. But this is Batman, this is Gotham. I mean, just being in that world as these characters is a lot for me. Like that alone is fun and good, hopefully. So we'll see. My fingers are so crossed for this. Like the hardest they've ever been crossed. Gotham Knights coming out. They bumped up the release date. It was originally the 25th. They're getting it out a little early. Is that a sign of confidence? Who knows? But it's coming, and we will be taking a deep dive into it. We'll be streaming it, reviewing it, the whole 9 yards. So stay tuned for all the Gotham Knights coverage. Spirit Bomb energy, that game, please. I want it to be good.
I've seen plenty of criminals in my career, but nothing could have prepared me for this.
Then on the 28th, the most anticipated game of the decade, according to the internet and the forums and the websites and everyone. Resident Evil Reverse. Resident Evil Reverse, I mean, I'm blown away that this game got delayed basically a year, and we still haven't seen anything new really for a year. This game was gonna come out with Village for free. We played the beta. You can check out, maybe the archive is still there. We played that thing for a few hours. We had an okay time as Tyrant, just like impaling people. But wow, I fully expect this game to come out and quietly disappear into the night. You know, hopefully this game's death can signal the rise and the return of Resident Evil Outbreak. Calling you, Capcom, looking you in the eyes. We don't want Reverse. We want Outbreak. So says everyone for real. And that same day, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This is the remake. Call of Duty, here we go again. Every year, I know. But I like to reiterate, I like to say, the fact that so many Call of Duties are their own thing. I know this is a remake and a sequel. I know, it's connected to Modern Warfare. But we bounce around in this universe, you know, World War II and Vanguard and Black Ops and Modern Warfare and all of it, right? I like to say that it's nice to be able to get off of the ride, of the roller coaster, you know? You can take a step back from Call of Duty for a few years and then enter at your own convenience or desire. So I think that helps avoid franchise fatigue. I know it is, kind of exhausting every year, Call of Duty, every year. But I really take years off from this franchise now. I play all the campaigns and then usually just play multiplayer for a little bit. But the last time I was extremely addicted to Call of Duty was the Modern Warfare 1 reboot. I love that Call of Duty game, and as someone who played Call of Duty the original on my family computer, I've played all the campaigns, checked the receipts, played them all. I really think, hot take, the Modern Warfare reboot, top 5 Call of Duties. So I'm taking that hype into Modern Warfare 2, fingers crossed, just like we're doing this month with a lot of games. Fingers crossed, Modern Warfare 2 might bring me back, might get me addicted again. We'll see, time will tell. But the beauty is, no stakes, no pressure, we'll see.
We got a hit on Hassan.
We can't take him in Iran.
He's not in Iran.
That same day though, Call of Duty, you're gonna have to wait your turn. You're gonna have to wait your turn, Reverse. The long-awaited goddess returns. And I'm not talking about lightning. I'm talking about Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 1 came out in 2009. Bayonetta 2 came out in 2014. 8 years later, we are returning to this world. Oh my goodness, I can't say enough good things about Bayonetta 1 and 2. I mean, those are 2 of the best action video games ever made, full stop. Full stop. So Bayonetta 3 To say the hype and the expectations are high is an understatement. Just going off of the pedigree of the franchise and who is involved in making it and how long it's taken, I feel like those expectations are warranted. Bayonetta 3 Goaty Watch. Is it gonna come for Elden Ring's crown? We're about to find out. Bayonetta 3. Oh, it's coming. Coming out of nowhere.
Does anyone mind if I cut in? Wouldn't want to step on anyone's toes.
And then just in time for Halloween, October 28th, full playthrough on Twitch immediately, Resident Evil Village DLC, Shadows of Rose. I'm so excited for this DLC. First up, it's bringing third person to the main game, which is really, really cool. You know, a lot of people prefer third over first, or maybe get some motion sickness. For me, it's just another way and another perspective to experience this game, which I freaking love, as you know. Then, of course, they're upgrading Mercenaries mode. This is a really great way to let us play as Lady D. I mean, it's other than a full-blown DLC campaign for her, getting her in Mercenaries playable, really awesome. We get to throw chairs at people, hit them with like the cigarette thing. It just looked insane. Putting on lipstick, though, it looked nuts. And then, of course, the big ticket item of this DLC is the Rose campaign. She's going into the Metamycete, and who knows what's going on. Capcom did say that this is going to end the Winters saga. I was not expecting this. I thought it would be maybe in Resident Evil 9. So this comes as a shock to me. And I honestly, I don't even know what to expect. That is where I am with this DLC. And it is a fun and exciting place to be because we're at the end of the Resident Evil timeline, if you will. You know, we're not going back for the remakes or anything. What's next? What is next for this franchise? You know, I assume this DLC is gonna set up the future. I mean, it'd be crazy not to. And, you know, just looking back at Resident Evil's DLC, you know, you look at Resident Evil 7, all those little lost tapes and Not a Hero, and obviously Resident Evil 5, Desperate Escape, and Lost in Nightmares. Just really killer DLC for this series. Cannot wait to wrap up the Winters storyline. And that's it for October. Some heavy hitters, just like every month in this glorious year of video games. There's a little something for everyone, I feel like, you know? Something here, something there, something up and down all around. There's video games in 2022 are crushing it. We got a lot coming up at Easy Allies. You can check our schedule on, Twitter and Patreon and all that good stuff. I am Michael Huber. It's good to see you all, back in the studio doing a little Syndrome action. And I'll catch you next time. Love and respect.